If you're over 60, this could be one of the most important health tips you hear this year. You see, there are certain vegetables that we've always thought were good for us. They look fresh, they taste great, they're low in calories. But here's the truth. Some of them, quietly and without warning, can actually do more harm than good. They can increase inflammation in your joints, restrict blood flow to your legs, and even make it harder for you to stay steady on your feet. It sounds unbelievable, I know. But I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to give you the facts. And the truth is, it's not your fault. Most people were never told about this. Even many doctors overlook it. But today, that changes. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 vegetables you should eat, ones that protect your brain, your circulation, and your strength. But just as important, I'll show you 3 that you should avoid, especially if you want to stay mobile, independent, and clear-headed as you age. And please, stay with me all the way to the end, because the final vegetable I'm going to reveal, almost no one talks about it, but it could be silently affecting your legs every single day. Before we dive in, I'd love to know, where are you watching from? Type a 1 in the comments if you're excited to learn something new today, or a 0 if you're still on the fence. Either way, I welcome you here. And if you care about your balance, your energy, your ability to keep doing the things you love, hit that subscribe button. I'll be here with you every week, sharing simple, science-backed tips to help you age with strength, clarity, and confidence. Let's get started. Let's begin with one of the most overlooked yet powerful vegetables in your kitchen, the humble carrot. 1. Carrots, the unsung hero of eye and nerve health. It's easy to take it for granted. It's common, familiar, and probably something you've chopped into soup or added to a salad without a second thought. But for those of us over 60, carrots are more than just crunchy snacks. They're quiet protectors of our vision, our coordination, and even the delicate nerves in our legs. Their power lies in a compound called beta-carotene, the vibrant orange pigment that your body transforms into vitamin A. And that vitamin isn't just good for your eyes, it's essential. It helps you maintain sharp, clear vision, which in turn helps you stay safe, independent, and confident in daily life. Whether it's reading a label, spotting your grandchild's smile, or walking through a crowded store without second-guessing your steps, good eyesight changes the way you move through the world. And science supports what many of us have already experienced firsthand. Studies on age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in seniors, show that diets high in beta-carotene can slow its progression. That means more years of clarity, more freedom, and fewer moments spent straining to see what used to be easy. But carrots don't stop at protecting your eyes. They also support your nervous system, especially the tiny nerves in your legs and feet that keep you steady on your feet. As we get older, our legs might still have strength, but if the signals from our brain aren't traveling quickly or clearly, balance becomes an issue. Carrots help improve that communication. They're not just strengthening muscles, they're supporting the connection between your mind and your movement. And that makes all the difference. A missed step at the edge of the porch, a sudden wobble getting out of bed, those tiny moments can turn into something serious. But when your nerves are supported and your blood vessels are strong, your body reacts faster. You move with control. You recover your footing. You feel more secure in each step. So next time you see a bag of carrots in your fridge, don't pass them by. Slice them, steam them, add them to your plate with purpose. Because every bite is more than a habit, it's a quiet promise to yourself. A promise to protect your sight, to sharpen your balance, and to preserve the simple joy of moving freely through each day. 2. Broccoli, your body's natural armor. Now let's turn to a vegetable that rarely gets anyone excited, but should. I'm talking about broccoli. It might not be the tastiest item on your plate, but when it comes to long-term health, especially for those of us over 60, broccoli is one of the most powerful allies we have. In fact, I like to think of it as your body's natural armor. As we age, resilience can fade, but broccoli quietly steps in to reinforce the systems that matter most: your bones, your blood vessels, your joints, and even your brain. What gives it such strength is a compound called sulforaphane, a plant-based nutrient that fights inflammation right at its root. And that matters, because inflammation isn't just discomfort, it's often the hidden reason behind stiff joints, aching legs, and even the brain fog that can sneak in as the years go by. Sulforaphane activates your body's internal defense system. It tells your cells to clean up damage and protect themselves against further wear and tear. But that's just the beginning. Broccoli also delivers a rare trio of nutrients, vitamin K, calcium, and antioxidants, all essential for keeping bones strong and arteries flexible. Together, they help reduce your risk of fractures, maintain smooth circulation, and support energy flow to your lower body. When your blood moves freely, especially to your legs and feet, you'll notice fewer cramps, less swelling, and a much steadier sense of balance. Climbing stairs, standing from a chair, even walking across the room, all become easier, lighter, more natural. That's the quiet power of good circulation. But here's the catch: how you prepare broccoli makes all the difference. If you boil it too long, most of those protective compounds wash away into the water. To get the most benefit, just lightly steam it for a few minutes. That gentle heat keeps the sulforaphane active and preserves the nutrients your body needs. Think of it this way: every time you eat a cup of steamed broccoli, you're layering on protection. A little more strength for your bones, a little more resilience in your joints, and a little more energy in your steps. So the next time you're putting a meal together, don't skip the green stuff. Broccoli might not demand your attention, but it deserves your respect. It quietly guards your well-being, like armor for your aging body, helping you face the day with steadier steps and stronger bones. 3. Spinach, the gentle powerhouse. Let's take a closer look at a leafy green that may already be resting quietly in your fridge, humble, familiar, and surprisingly powerful. I'm talking about spinach. For most folks, it's just salad, a side dish you eat because it's healthy. But if you're in your 60s or beyond, spinach becomes something far more valuable. It's not just food, it's a gentle powerhouse, a daily ally that quietly supports your circulation, mental clarity, and leg strength. The secret lies in its natural nitrates, which help your blood vessels relax and expand. This allows oxygen-rich blood to flow more freely throughout your body, especially to your muscles and your brain. When that circulation improves, your legs begin to feel lighter. Your movements become smoother, more coordinated. Even simple tasks, like getting up from a chair or walking across the living room, start to feel easier. These small improvements might seem subtle at first, but over time, they add up. And those small victories in mobility? They protect your independence. But spinach's benefits don't stop at your legs. It also looks after your mind. Spinach is rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful nutrients that are actually stored in your brain. These compounds help you think more clearly, process information faster, and even preserve memory. In fact, studies have linked them to a reduced risk of age-related cognitive decline. And as a bonus, these same nutrients also protect your eyesight by strengthening the macula, the central part of your retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision. That means clearer reading, safer driving, and better recognition of the faces you love. It's all connected: eyes, mind, muscles, and spinach helps hold it all together. Now, to make the most of spinach's benefits, be gentle with how you prepare it. Avoid overcooking. A quick sauté with a touch of olive oil keeps the nutrients intact while making it easy to digest. Or if you're short on time, just toss a handful into a smoothie, no prep required. Spinach works behind the scenes. It doesn't shout for attention, but meal after meal, it's quietly helping you stay sharp, steady, and strong. So the next time you pass by those leafy greens, don't shrug them off. Pick them up, and remember, it's not just salad. It's strength in disguise. Part 2: the bad 3 vegetables you should avoid. Now I know this one might sting a little. Because for many of us, white potatoes are comfort. They remind us of family dinners, holidays, warm plates passed around the table. But if you're over 60, it's time we take a closer look. 1. White potatoes, the comfort food that undermines circulation. Now, I know this might be a tough one to hear, but let's take a moment to talk about white potatoes. They've been a staple in so many of our favorite meals: mashed with butter during the holidays, golden and crispy beside a burger, baked and steaming on a family Sunday table. They're familiar, comforting, and tied to warm memories. But if you're over 60, that same comfort may be quietly working against your health, especially your circulation. You see, white potatoes have a very high glycemic index. That means they break down into sugar fast. And every time your blood sugar spikes sharply, it sets off inflammation in your body. Now, that inflammation doesn't always show up as pain right away, but inside, it's slowly wearing down the very arteries that deliver oxygen and nutrients to your legs and feet. Over time, that means stiffer vessels, weaker blood flow, and dulled sensation. You may notice your feet feel colder, your legs feel heavier, or that familiar balance you once had now feels a little off. And let's be honest, how we usually prepare potatoes doesn't help. We mash them with butter, drown them in sour cream, layer them with cheese. These ingredients only pile on more saturated fat, salt, and inflammation. Together, they quietly raise your blood pressure, increase strain on your heart, and further disrupt your body's ability to heal and stay steady. The real problem with white potatoes isn't just what they do, it's what they don't offer. They're pale for a reason. They lack the antioxidants and protective compounds that aging bodies depend on. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up potatoes altogether. A simple swap can change everything. Try replacing white potatoes with sweet potatoes. Their rich orange flesh is loaded with beta-carotene. Yes, the same antioxidant found in carrots. Sweet potatoes break down more slowly, keeping blood sugar levels stable. They also support blood vessel flexibility and reduce inflammation, instead of fueling it. You still get the warmth and comfort, but this time, your meal is working with your body, not against it. One small change, one thoughtful choice, and your legs, your balance, and your heart will thank you for it. 2. Eggplant, the inflammation igniter. Let's talk about a vegetable that might be sitting in your fridge right now, looking fresh, harmless, maybe even healthy. I'm talking about eggplant. It's glossy, firm, and often shows up in stir-fries, stews, or grilled dishes at family meals. But here's what most people don't know, especially those of us over 60. Eggplant belongs to a family of plants that produce a natural chemical called solanine. While this chemical helps protect the plant in nature, inside the human body, it can do something much less helpful. Solanine has been shown to trigger low-grade inflammation, especially in sensitive tissues like joints, muscles, and nerves. If you live with arthritis, morning stiffness, or that heavy, dragging feeling in your legs, this may be part of the reason. You might not notice it after one serving. But over time, those little aches and tight spots begin to pile up. One day it's just a little stiffness in the knees, the next it's hesitation getting out of bed, or an unsteady step on the stairs. And the tough part is, cooking eggplant doesn't fix the problem. Whether you roast it, grill it, or stew it, the solanine remains. And the older we get, the less room our bodies have to absorb that kind of constant, hidden irritation. You see, inflammation doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers, slowly wearing down your confidence and mobility day by day. That's why, if you've been feeling slower on your feet, or your joints don't bounce back like they used to, it may be worth reconsidering how often you're eating eggplant. The good news is, there are gentler alternatives. Try zucchini or yellow squash. They have a similar texture, are easy on the gut, and don't come with the same inflammatory baggage. You can still enjoy a hearty vegetable dish, just one that works with your body, not against it. Because at this stage in life, every decision matters. Even the ones we make at the dinner table. 3. Green bell peppers, the silent saboteur. Now, let's shift our attention to a vegetable that often looks clean, crisp, and harmless, but may be quietly working against you. Green bell peppers. They're bright, crunchy, and commonly tossed into salads, stir-fries, or health-focused meal plans. But for older adults, especially those over 60, this seemingly innocent vegetable can pose a hidden challenge. Green bell peppers belong to the nightshade family, a group of plants that includes tomatoes, eggplants, and yes, peppers. The concern here isn't the pepper itself, but a natural compound it contains, lectins. These plant proteins serve as a natural defense mechanism for the plant, but inside the human body, they can create problems. Lectins attach to the lining of your digestive tract and can interfere with how your body absorbs nutrients. Over time, they may trigger low-grade, chronic inflammation, particularly in areas already vulnerable to aging, like your joints, muscles, and lower limbs. You might not notice anything after eating them once or twice. But when green peppers are a regular part of your meals, the effects can build slowly. You may feel stiffness in your knees when you wake up, or a slight imbalance when you stand up too quickly. Your legs might feel more swollen, heavier, or less responsive than they used to. These subtle symptoms often get brushed off as normal aging, but they can actually be early warning signs of inflammation quietly disrupting your mobility. And what makes this so tricky is that green peppers look healthy. They're low in calories, high in water, and visually appealing. But appearance doesn't always equal nutritional value. Compared to their ripened cousins, red, orange, and yellow bell peppers, green peppers fall short. The colorful varieties are harvested later, giving them more time to develop antioxidants that protect your cells from damage and support your immune system. So while green peppers may seem like the smarter option, they can actually be less nourishing and more inflammatory. For those managing arthritis, joint pain, or blood sugar issues, removing green peppers from your regular meals might be a smart and gentle shift. Try swapping them out for the red or orange varieties instead. You'll still enjoy the same crisp texture and bright flavor, but with a far better return on investment for your body. And speaking of hidden risks, there's one more common vegetable we need to talk about, one that might be sitting in your fridge right now. It's been labeled heart-healthy and fiber-rich for years, but for aging bodies, it could be quietly increasing pain and weakening coordination. Let's take a closer look at eggplant and the role it may be playing in your leg health without you even knowing it. So there you have it. We've walked through the good, the bad, and the surprising truths about vegetables and aging. We explored the quiet strength of carrots, broccoli, and spinach, each one offering unique support for your eyes, your circulation, your balance, and your brain. And we also uncovered some unexpected troublemakers, like white potatoes, green bell peppers, and eggplant. Foods that many of us have trusted for years, but that may, in fact, be wearing down our bodies from the inside out. That's the most surprising part, isn't it? Sometimes, it's not what we avoid, it's what we unknowingly invite into our meals that causes the most harm. But here's the thing, this isn't about fear. It's about awareness. It's about regaining control over how you age, one small choice, one thoughtful bite, one informed meal at a time. Because knowledge isn't just power, it's peace of mind. And when you choose foods that support your mobility, your memory, and your strength, you're investing in something priceless, your independence. If you found this video helpful, would you share it with someone you care about? A friend, a neighbor, a family member, anyone who's navigating this same chapter of life. Let's help each other age wisely, with clarity and confidence. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. Type a 1 in the comments if you learned something new today, or type 0 if you still have questions. I read every comment, and I'll be happy to dive deeper into anything you're curious about in a future video. Just remember, you're stronger than you think. And your health journey? It's not slowing down. It's simply getting smarter and more empowered with every step you take.